In this last video of the 5-minute retirement makeover series, I want to show you a case study from some actual clients who've used their game plan framework to take the resources they had available to them after years of hard work and redefine their retirement, effectively launching a new approach to their financial future. This new approach with real estate at its core has now helped them begin to replace their income with residual real estate cash flows. These particular clients received a game plan and got their framework in place in 2012, and they purchased their first property in June of 2012. They purchased their first home in Apache Junction, Arizona for $92,300 and saw an immediate cash flow of $329 a month. Just a note, we no longer help our clients invest in Arizona because the opportunity has passed as the real estate in that market has recovered. Purchase prices have increased, but rents haven't really kept up, so we no longer invest there. At DFY, we help you keep a constant pulse on the market and help you invest in the right markets at the right time based on your resources, goals, and values. We help you determine which markets to purchase in, what types of purchase prices to explore, and even when to sell in order to maximize your returns to accelerate your ability to retire when and with the income you choose. Next, in November of 2014, these clients bought a home in Point Siena, Florida, which we helped them determine was the best next market to invest in for their plan. They purchased their second home for $112,500, with putting 20% down and closing costs. Their total out-of-pocket expenses on this home were $37,600. So after all expenses, mortgage, insurance, property management, HOA, etc., when the dust settled, they were making $215 a month residually on this home, which, by the way, is a 6.8% cash-on-cash return. Now, that may sound a little low, but stick with me. You'll understand how this home is playing a perfect role in these clients' long-term plan to replace their income completely. This couple, as you'll see, decided to begin their game plan in Arizona, explore the next phase of their game plan in Florida, and then begin to buy additional properties in the Memphis, Tennessee area. Some of our clients like to buy homes in markets where the potential for upside of appreciation is likely, and some clients like to focus primarily on generating the most cash flow as soon as possible, and as such, will purchase properties with higher cash flows to start with. For some clients, the potential for appreciation growth is not even really a consideration. However, for other clients, the potential for real estate appreciation is a key part of their game plan that will help them grow the funds that they have before buying homes with higher cash flows. We always like to say that redefining your retirement is about cash flow. However, we also say that if the market gives you the gift of appreciation, you take it. So many of our clients like to do a mix of investing in a couple different markets, both growth markets and cash flow markets. At DFY, we always have homes available for you in a variety of markets because everyone's game plan is different. The right strategy for you is the strategy that frees your family from financial burden as quickly as possible and does so according to your resources, your goals, and your values. Every plan is different because every person is different. The plan that was right for this particular couple we're talking about was to invest in growth markets initially like Arizona and Florida. Both markets have experienced appreciation growth so far, which is a plus for them and is helping them accelerate their game plans. So following the initial investing phase in growth markets, this couple began to invest primarily in cash flow markets. This couple rode the Arizona appreciation wave for nearly 3 years before selling, and this couple is now continuing to ride the wave of appreciation growth in Florida. So to recap, our clients purchased their first home in Arizona in 2012 and their second home in Florida in 2014. About 8 months after their Florida purchase, we decided it was time to begin phase 2 of their game plan framework and begin investing in cash flow markets like Memphis. In July of 2015, these clients invested in a home in Memphis with a purchase price of $145,000, and they put down $37,700 on the property. This Memphis home produces $411 of net cash flow, almost double their growth property in Florida. That $411 each month is a 13% cash-on-cash return. So with 3 purchases out the gate, using funds that were already set aside for retirement, there's a total of $955 a month in cash flow that is flowing to these clients. And these are real, actual spendable cash flows and not just a balance reflected on a statement once a quarter. The total cash flows equal about an 11% cash on cash return based on the total amount invested in the 3 homes and the total cash flows being generated each year by those 3 homes. This couple was effectively adding an additional $955 to their financial lives each month with the purchase of these initial 3 homes. In 2015, it came time to sell property number 1 in Arizona and continue shifting their game plan towards higher cash flow markets like Memphis. In October of 2015, they sold their home in Arizona and profited $29,850 from that sale. For this Arizona property, between cash flows and appreciation, these particular clients averaged just over a 15% annual return with this one property. They'd effectively grown their financial pie by a little over $40,000 in just over 3 years without putting any more money into it and without even considering the tax benefits. Their Arizona home had certainly outpaced their market investments, so they felt like it was time to continue the process of replacing their income one investment property at a time with their real estate framework. After the sale of their Arizona home, they waited a few months, then went on to purchase their second Memphis property and their 4th home altogether. This next Memphis property had a purchase price of $167,500 and required a total of $42,400 in out-of-pocket expenses to acquire. Memphis home number 2 began cash flowing $522 a month, which equates to more than a 14% annualized cash-on-cash return. Altogether, in March of 2016, these clients had invested in 4 homes, sold 1 for a profit, and now continued to own 3 homes, which were producing over $1,100 a month of residual income. And those 3 homes were creating more than a 9% annualized cash-on-cash return, not including appreciation or tax benefits. At this point in our client's game plan, just 4 years in, they'd already replaced more than a quarter of their monthly income with real estate residual cash flows. So in August of 2016, they felt it was time to add another cash flowing property to their redefined retirement plan. In August of 2016, they purchased their 3rd Memphis property, bumping their existing real estate portfolio to 4 homes owned in total. They purchased this property for $135,000 and had a total of $37,250 of out-of-pocket expenses. This 3rd Memphis property, so the 4th property of their current real estate portfolio, but their 5th home altogether as DFY clients, this property began producing a total of $417 of monthly net cash flow. At the conclusion of 2016, in just under 4 years, the couple had purchased a total of 5 homes with their DFY framework and had redefined their retirement by beginning to replace their income to the tune of over $1,500 a month for a 10% annualized cash-on-cash return. Across all properties to date, they've not only seen cash-on-cash returns over 10% of real spendable dollars, but they've additionally seen tens of thousands of dollars of real estate appreciation and tax benefits. Now, I want you to really think about what this means. These clients have a total of $154,000 and change invested in their real estate framework over 5 years. And this was money that they'd already set aside for retirement. But instead of having that money sitting in market-dependent investment accounts like 401ks or IRAs, where it isn't producing any spendable cash flows and where the market can ebb and flow based on conditions outside of their control, instead of having those funds sitting in a vehicle like that, they have those same dollars producing $1,500 a month in spendable cash flows for a 10% cash-on-cash return on their investment. And just think of how incredible that is. So in other words, the same dollars, just working in a redefined retirement framework and moved into real estate, are producing versus sitting in an account where they're just watching account balances maybe go up or down. Obviously, they won't realize the tens of thousands of dollars in appreciation on the homes that have experienced the appreciation until they sell all those properties and take the profits. But in reality, they may never even decide to sell off their properties. This couple wants to own their real estate indefinitely, so they always have spendable cash flows that can replace their current income. They want to grow their portfolio over time. Then using cash flows and appreciation, they want to pay down and pay off their portfolio so that perhaps in 10 years, they have their income totally replaced thanks to their real estate. Real estate that they may even own free and clear at that point. This couple is on their way. Now understand, these clients had some resources to work with, and they got a game plan framework that was specific to them, to their resources and to their goals and their values. And not everyone's game plan will look like this. Some game plans go a lot slower, some go a lot faster, but they all do the same thing. They all put a framework in place that allows you, the investor, to begin replacing your current income, one real estate investment at a time. And with DFY as your guide and your team, you get to be the hero and we get to be the workhorses. We get to help you fine-tune your game plan, find the properties that are right for you, make sure you can get those properties financed and purchased, then fixed up and rented out for the cash flows that will help you replace your income. This couple will have their income totally replaced in less than 10 years using this simple framework with real estate at its core and with DFY as their team. But what if it takes you 20 years, not 10 years? It doesn't matter. Everyone's plan is different. Not to mention, even if it does take you 20 years to replace your income, you're still receiving cash flow every step of the way for those full 20 years. Just imagine how it would feel when that time comes. Imagine what it will feel like to have hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars of real estate and to have it completely replacing your income each month without you having to take a withdrawal from your retirement account or without having to sell off a piece of that retirement in order to realize the income you need. Imagine the legacy you could leave for your family. You may be able to free your family from financial burden indefinitely. Now, it's time for you to get your game plan and create your framework for a redefined retirement. Maybe you have more funds to work with than these clients had. Maybe you have significantly less. Either way, it's okay. That's the reason you need a game plan that is specific to you. Schedule a call with a dedicated specialist that can take 30 minutes with you on the phone and help you see if beginning to replace your income one real estate investment at a time is possible for you and if it's right for you. Because I know it was right for me. And it's been right for thousands of our clients over the last decade. Get a game plan that is specific to you so you know where you are at, where you're trying to go, and how to use real estate as the vehicle to get you from here to there. Finally, when it's time, begin investing according to your resources, your goals, and your values. You deserve to begin freeing your family from financial burden without having to wait or rely on traditional retirement planning to do the trick. You may be able to start investing within weeks and actually begin to start replacing your income one real estate investment at a time. Click the button below and make sure you set up some time to have a game plan done for you. Thanks for taking the time to watch these 5-minute retirement makeover videos. I hope you feel that they've been helpful and enlightening.